And at the time of the end shall the king of the south push at him, and the king of the north shall come against him like a whirlwind, with chariots and with horsemen, and with many ships. And he shall enter into the countries, and shall overflow and pass over.
They're gonna push at him. All these kings of the north, they're gonna push at him. They're gonna push him where? Let's find out where they're gonna push him at. Go ahead.
He shall enter also into the glorious land.
Where is the glorious land?
Israel.
Israel. He gonna enter in there when they build his third temple. Go ahead.
And many countries shall be overthrown, but these shall escape out of his hand, even Edom and Moab, and the chief of the children of Ammon.
See, one thing about Edom, he got some knowledge now over there of Israel. He gonna understand it. This man ain't supposed to be the real Christ now. But they're gonna push them out. Ammon and Moab, those are the ones that are gonna help us when we get in the land. That's another lesson. But keep going.
He shall stretch forth his hand also upon the countries, and the land of Egypt shall not escape.
See, understand, Egypt is a real key to a lot of this stuff, because Egypt holds all the natural resources. We talking about rubies, gold, silver, everything. That's why the majority of people, these Gentiles, try to take that Egypt over. I don't know if you remember when Gaddafi was living. He tried to take Egypt. He tried to go into Egypt and give them gold, get them oil for gold. And he wanted a real big stake in them. And the United States found out that this man controls the oil and the gold and the silver. He's the most powerful person in the world. And what they did to him? They killed him. This is what's going on now. Keep your eye on Egypt now. But keep going. Listen what it say here.
Verse 23. But he shall have power.
Don't worry about it. Go ahead. He got it.
But he shall have power over the treasures of gold and of silver, and over the precious things of Egypt.
Yes, sir.
And the Libyans and the Ethiopians shall be at his step.
You understand that he gonna have power to step. This don't mean he gonna control this. All of it. Go ahead.
But tidings out of the east and out of the north shall trouble him. Therefore he shall go forth with great fury to destroy, and ultimately to make away many.
He's gonna go with great fury, meaning that he's gonna institute his law with force. Meaning that if you won't sit up and talking about you're gonna serve the Sabbath, and he instituted Sunday, you're gonna be killed. If you're gonna say you're gonna celebrate Pentecost instead of celebrating Easter, you're gonna be killed. And they have done this before.
Exactly.
And we're gonna read some history on that.
It has been done before.
Go ahead, brother.
And he shall plant the tabernacle of his palace between the seas in the glorious holy mountain. Yet he shall come to his end, and none shall help him.
Understand that he's gonna plant this because the Gentiles, God said, leave the outer court out. They're gonna build that temple. So he's gonna plant himself in the Holy Land. He's gonna say, he's the God, he's the vicar of Christ. I'm Christ. You come and bow to me. In where? The glorious land. But them Edomites over there, they don't understand. They fulfill the Bible prophecy. They thinking that Jesus is gonna come back and sit inside that temple that they built. They really do. But when Jesus gets here, he's gonna flatten all that. He's gonna flatten all that. Go back up to verse 40. Let's look at something here. Verse 40, read that again.
And at the time of the end shall the king of the south push at him, and the king of the north shall come against him like a whirlwind, with chariots and with horsemen, and with many ships. And he shall enter into the countries, and shall overflow and pass over.
So you understand, they're gonna push at him. Let's go find out, first of all, where he came from. Let's go to Revelation chapter 17 and verse 1. So you're gonna push him out the place he at now. But let's find out where he came from. Let's give you a location. Revelation 17 and verse 1. I'm telling you, Jesus gives us all the answers. Right here in this book about these end times, especially Revelation, these dumb preachers won't even crack the book open, read nothing about Revelation at all. That book is sealed, and therefore, he says it's a blessing that you read this book and understand. A blessing. Let's understand something. Let's find out why they pushed it. Go ahead, verse 1. Revelation 17 and verse 1.
And there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters.
Understand that great whore that sitteth upon many waters, that is Rome, paper Rome.
Yeah.
And then you go to verse 15, it shows you that what is waters is talking about peoples. He said, verse 15, he said unto him, the waters which thou sawest, which the whore sitteth upon, are people and multitude, the nations and tongues. So everything is symbolic right now. He'll interpret everything for you, but if you don't sit down and read this, you won't know what's going on. And this great whore is the mother church, which is Rome. That's the mother church of all these churches right here. I don't care if you Baptist, non-denomination, Presbyterian, all this stuff. What day you go to church? Sunday. Who's your dad? Satan. He gave you that. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 2. With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication.
The kings of the earth committed fornication. Go ahead.
And the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
They drunk with the wine. We ain't talking about drinking wine. We talking about doctrine.
Exactly.
You go and tell them joke that Jesus did die on Good Friday. Oh man, no man, you lying. They shaking their head like, boy, what's wrong with you? You evil. You're a demon. Tell them Jesus ain't died on Good Friday. They drunk with that doctrine of Rome. Rome came up and gave us Good Friday and Easter Sunday. Go ahead, brother.
And he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness.
Yes, sir.
And I saw a woman sit up on a scarlet-colored beast.
Yes, sir.
Full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
When he's talking about beasts, he's talking about kingdoms, nations. He's sitting upon. If he's talking about this woman, he's talking about the mother church, meaning that this paper Rome, his church. Go ahead. He's going to show you something. All this, he giving characteristics, he descriptive where he describing these people. Go ahead, listen to this right here.
And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color.
Yes, sir.
And decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abomination and filthiness of her fornication.
When you see the Pope, what colors he got on? Purple. What do he have in his hand? That cup. And the full of abominations and filthiness is his doctrine. That's when you see this man, you should understand and recognize who he is. Instead of sitting down there, bowing down, kissing the ring. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 5. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon, the great mother of harlots and abomination of the earth. The
mother of harlots, meaning that he got some daughters. Meaning the mother of harlots, meaning these little small churches around here. I'm a Baptist. You are part of that harlot. I'm a Presbyterian. You're a part of that harlot. I'm a Jehovah's Witness. You're a part of that harlot. Because Jehovah's Witness today, they don't follow this at all. Like I said, this your daddy, and you don't even know it. Go ahead, bro.
And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus.
Yes,
and
sir.
when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration.
Drunken with what?
The martyrs of Jesus.
So he killed people back then. He killed them. Why? Because they wouldn't follow his law. Understand that. Go ahead, keep reading that.
And the angel said unto me, Wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman, and of the beast that carried her, which had the 7 heads and 10 horns.
Yes, sir. You're talking about 7 heads and 10 horns. Go ahead. That's 9.
Verse 8 coming up.
Okay, go ahead.
The beast that thou sawest was, and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, and go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder.
Understand that he said the beast, meaning Rome, shall go on prediction. They're going to wonder after him. When you see the Pope and his followers, they wondering like, oh man, I ain't seen nothing so holy. They falling out like they seeing Michael Jackson. Look at them, man. Go pull up a video on YouTube and look at how these people fall out trying to grab him, kissing on him, bowing and crying. Go ahead, brother.
And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, and whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world.
So you falling out on that man, your name ain't written in the book of life. You think he the most holy person in the world? You most definitely, your name ain't written in the book of life. You follow me Sunday, your name ain't written in the book of life. Go ahead.
When they behold the beast that was, and is not, and yet is.
So he gonna give us a location of where this shall come from. But you gotta be you gotta be paying attention to understand it. Go ahead, verse 9.
And here is the mind which has wisdom.
Here is the mind. If you got wisdom, you'll see this. Go ahead.
The 7 heads are 7 mountains on which the woman sitteth.
He said the 7 heads are 7 mountains which the woman sitteth. Let's see what Rome or the Vatican City sits. We're gonna read some history right here. Thing on it to go dark. Listen, understand this. Where Rome is built, it's built on 7 hills, 7 mountains. He giving you the geography, the location of it in the Bible. Go ahead, brother.
There is more than one interpretation for this text. Literally speaking, Rome is known as the city of 7 hills. The Vatican. That's new technology to me, y'all.
Understand that the Vatican it sits on 7 hills.
Sorry about that, y'all.
No problem. You just touch the picture. It's the picture. Nothing on top. Go ahead.
Okay. Second paragraph. In ancient time, hills were sacred, high places used to worship and offer sacrifices to deities. The system of worship was based on salvation by works and also included a counterfeit savior or Messiah and mediator of both sexes. The gods that was worshipped in these places were manifestation of the sun god who was androgenic, in that she could manifest herself in the male or the female form.
Wait, we don't read that much right here. But this is what I want y'all to understand right here. He said, there is more than one interpretation, literally speaking. Rome is known as the city of 7 hills. He said, the Vatican sits on the Tabernacle River facing the 7 hills. This is where it sits. And he got 7 hills that it sit on. He gives you the location of the Vatican or this man of sin where he's sitting there, right in the Bible. So we understanding this. Let's keep reading. Let's go back to Revelation chapter 6. Revelation chapter 6 and verse 5. Same book. Let's look at some more of these events that are about to happen through the tribulation period. Revelation 6 and verse 5. We get back to those seals again. I want to know what you're up. I want to tell you what you're up against so you won't turn your back on your God with the word. That Vatican. Everything is here, y'all. I'm telling you, everything is in this book that we need. Go ahead. Verse 5.
And when he had opened the 3rd seal, I heard the 3rd beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse. He that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hands. And I heard a voice in the midst of the 4 beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, 3 measures of barley for a penny. See thou hurt not the oil and the wine.
Understand that this is food and supply. He says, see that you don't hurt me. Don't give them too much now. I always keep them coming back to me. Always keeping them hungry. This is the great tribulation that's going to happen in the 3.5 years if you don't get in that wilderness. Understand that. This is what you're going to be up against. It's your choice. Go ahead.
Verse
7.
And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, come and see. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him.
Yes, sir.
And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth.
Power given him what? The fourth part of the earth. Meaning that he controlling a fourth part of the world. It's coming up in the time when you're going to have the East against the West, this Armageddon. They're going to have to get their troops together and mount up in this last war. But he got to get his house in order. So God giving him power right now over the fourth part of the earth. What are you going to do on this fourth part of the earth? Go ahead.
And power was given unto him over the fourth part of the earth.
Yes, sir.
To kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth.
See, I told you he can control this. He ain't gonna give you much food. He ain't gonna give you much to drink. He ain't gonna give you much of nothing. Why? He don't want you to go looking at nobody else but him. Go ahead, brother.
And when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of God.
Yes, sir.
And for the testimony which they had.
So you understand, when he saw the souls that were slain, he gonna be people who gonna die for this. All this, they're gonna die for this. They're gonna know if I take this mark of the beast, if I follow him, I don't have no salvation at all. So I might as well die. Like I said, he gonna whoop on these people in this 3.5 years. Yeah, like I tell people, I'm gone. Keep reading.
And they cried with a loud voice, saying, How long, O Lord, holy and true, doest thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth?
He said, how long? Because 3.5 years of running for your life, 3.5 years of not having food, proper clothing, proper sanitation, all this. Because you were so hard-headed that you thought we was telling you a lie to get in the wilderness. Go ahead.
Verse 11. And white robes were given unto every one of them. And it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season, until their fellow servant also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled.
So you give them white robes. That's the ones that come out of the Great Tribulation with these white robes. They don't some going to come out of there and get salvation, but I don't want to take that with them. Not at all. Keep reading.
And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood.
Yes, sir. This is the coming of Jesus now. This is sixth seal. Understand that all these seals are, they call seals, they call vials, they call trumpet. They got to be unleashed. Jesus got to tell each one of those angels to do what they're supposed to do. Go ahead and do your bidding, which is unleash havoc, give Satan his power on the earth through the Pope. Make sure you understand you give control this land through starvation. All this stuff is already written. What's going to happen? Everything. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 13. And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely fig.
Yes, sir.
When she is shaken of a mighty wind.
So the stars, when Jesus comes, the stars going to fall to the earth. That's just giving you the sixth seal. All this happened before the rapture. That they tell you inside the church, Jesus going to rapture us out of here before this happened. He even got here yet. Y'all see what I'm saying? All this happened way before he come back on that seventh trump. Go ahead, brother.
And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together.
Yes, sir.
Every mountain and island were moved out of their places.
Understand that heaven's gonna come open. And guess who's gonna be sitting up there? You're gonna see him. He's gonna be Jesus sitting right there looking at you. Sitting, looking at you.
Yes.
Go ahead, brother. Let's see what's gonna happen to these people on the earth. What they gonna be doing? Go ahead.
And the kings of the earth and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, Every bondsman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and the rocks of the mountains.
Wait a minute, I thought they were all powerful. Got all this war, all this military, all this stuff. Why you hiding? Because they seen something they never seen before. Go ahead.
And said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb.
Oh, they hiding from Jesus? Well, they told you Jesus don't do no hurt. Didn't they tell you out in them churches? Didn't they say Jesus won't hurt you? It only say, he said, hide us from the wrath of the Lamb. As Ricky Bobby said, sweet baby Jesus. Hide us from the wrath of the Lamb. It's going to be some stuff hit this earth you ain't never seen before. I ain't never seen before. Go ahead, brother.
For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand?
Who going to be able to stand against that? Now let's go to Daniel, chapter 7, and verse 8. Daniel chapter 7, verse 7, excuse me. Let's look at this. Now, he told us in Matthew chapter 24, we got to refer back to Daniel. All this stuff we're looking at is in the Old and New Testament. Everything lines up. But when you try to section out one part of the Bible saying that this has been done away with, you going out there with half information. You ain't even all the way ready to handle nobody. No, you don't even understand that you got to have both books to even talk to any of these religious people. Daniel chapter 7 and verse 7. We're still looking at the Great Tribulation. All that's going to happen in the Great Tribulation. Everything. Go ahead, bro. Verse 7.
After this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible, strong exceedingly.
Yes, sir.
And it had great iron teeth. It divided and brake in pieces, trampled the residue with the feet of it, and it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it.
Understand this, before time, Jesus giving you in this Daniel chapter 7, each Gentile dynasty that controlled the world. You talking about Nebuchadnezzar. You talking about the Medes and the Persians, which is controlled by Darius, King Darius and Cyrus. You talking about the Greek, which is controlled by Alexander the Great and his 4 generals. Now we're getting down to the last one, which is Rome. Rome. He giving you a timeline. If you read the whole thing, if you understand these 4 winds. But we understand that in this tribulation period, what this beast or this man gonna do in these last days. Go ahead, brother.
Finish in verse 7.
Okay.
And it had 10 horns.
Uh-huh.
I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn,
Yes, sir.
before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots. And behold, in his horn were eyes like the eyes of man, and a mouth speaking great things.
When you're talking about little horn, talking about power. You're talking about a religious figure, which is Rome, the Pope. He come up, and he's going to have a lot of power, a little horn. He said, behold, the horn with eyes of a man and the mouth speaking great things. He's speaking real great things now. He telling you that you ain't got to worry about no Sabbaths. You ain't got to worry about no dietary law. Eat what you want to eat. All you do is worry about what I tell you to do. Verse 21. Go ahead.
I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints, and prevailed against them.
Yes, sir.
Until the Ancient of Days came.
Wait a minute now. Verse 21 said, I beheld, the same horn made war with who?
Saints.
And prevailed against them, meaning that he killed them. So they telling you that Jesus gonna protect you anywhere? No, he ain't gonna protect you right here. He gonna kill the people that don't make it in that wilderness. Read that again.
I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints.
Yes, sir.
And
We talking about these people who
against
believe. Go ahead.
Until the Ancient of Days came. Judgment was given to the saints of the Most High, and the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom.
So we know that this man gonna be in power until when? until judgment comes, until Jesus comes. He gonna be in power for 3.5 years. He gonna run this thing. He gonna do what thus said the Lord told him to do, which is kill the ones that didn't make it in that wilderness. Persecution, hunger, whatever you want to be. Hopefully you can make it through there if you don't get killed. But sometimes it's gonna be a righteous thing. Well, it'll be a righteous thing to die for this. But let's keep reading about this. Let me show you something about John 9, verse 25. Excuse me.
And he shall speak great words against the Most High,
Yes, sir.
and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time.
So he keep giving you what he gonna change, and he keep giving you how long he gonna be in power. A time is 1 year, times is 2 years, half a time is half a year. 3.5 years he gonna be in power. Just like it said in Revelation, 42 months, 3.5 years. Same thing. So I'm gonna let you know this right here. Let's read the history on Rome right here. And it talks about what they did back in the day. About how they banned Bibles, banned people from, don't touch that top, right here if it goes out. We're gonna read how Rome, which they're gonna do again, they're gonna try to ban us from these Bibles. Y'all see right now they're trying to take homosexuality out of the Bible. That's the Old Testament. God doing a new thing. You alive? Keep reading. Go ahead, brother.
From the beginning of the papacy to the present time,
Touch it.
it is estimated by reputable and trustworthy historians that tens of millions of people have been tortured and killed by papal persecutors for the crime of believing God's word in the Bible.
See, this is happening when the Spanish Inquisition, when the Pope said, you don't read this Bible, I'm the one to read this Bible, and you follow what I say, or you get killed. This happened. You can just document the history, you go back and read it for yourself. Go ahead.
Rather than the dogmas of the Roman Catholic Church, while the majority of those who suffered were true believers, Papal Rome also persecuted Jews, Muslims, Knights Templars, and those that she called witches.
So he persecuted everybody. If you ain't believe the way what we want you to believe in the Vatican and the Pope, we killed you. Keep reading the second paragraph.
Through the Inquisition was demonstrated the grace and divine power that the Lord gave to his people to survive those horrific years with their faith strengthened. Also shown was the inner heart of ritualistic Catholicism and the lengths to which it will go to enforce its will.
Go ahead, you read that.
Okay, it truly a warning for succeeding generations.
Uh-huh.
In 1203, Pope Innocent III published a decree in France that began the extermination of what the Pope called heresy.
Yes, sir.
This marked the start of the Inquisition as a distinctive papal institution. It was no endure until its final dissolution in Spain and Portugal in 1808. Pope Innocent III began by commanding armies of the Crusade to attack the Aborigines in France.
Uh-huh.
They were called Aborigines because many
Don't worry, don't touch them. Go ahead.
of them resided in the city of Abbey in southern France. They had developed a committed Christian life, real estate progressive cities and worships right across southern France.
See, these are the ones that actually started, kept the laws of God, and these folks, they really started killing these people. It said, and the Christian was horrified, destroyed and butchered by the armies of Papal Rome in those cities and towns and villages across the southern France. The Aborigines came from a group from the teaching of Paul Even the name Aborigines has been deeply translated by obliterating the pages out of history. They took them out of history because they stood for what this Bible said, and the Pope of Rome tried to exterminate them because they went against him. That's why I tell y'all now, don't go off this doctrine of people saying that the King James Bible written by a homosexual man. God use anybody. He wants